but I honor and respect the children that I and Mother Khadijah and my extended family have brought into this world. Great children with a great future. But remember this, whenever God chooses you, he says this: my covenant is not with the wrongdoers. So in order for us to avail ourselves as a son of Elijah Muhammad, or son or daughter of Louis Farrakhan, we must come away from wrongdoing and be worthy of the great promise of God. Because this wouldn't be here now if you all didn't suffer and sacrifice to help me get this up again. So you're worthy of whatever God will bless you with, but we must forsake wrongdoing and come into the favor of God. And I want to say to all of you that are present, look at your beautiful children. Look at the babies that you're bringing on this planet that may be some of our grandchildren. Look how smart they are. Look how wise and alert they are. This is God's blessing on your womb, because you are going to be the future rulers. And we may not be that, but our children will, and our grandchildren will. But we've got to make the sacrifice now to prepare the way for that great generation that's coming up from our loins. Now, okay. Can I have 15 more minutes? You know, Simon Wolf was the president of B'nai B'rith Jewish organization in 1926. And this is what he wrote. Listen, we all know that the first bankers of the world, the Rothschilds, are Jews. We know they control not only the money market, but also the political destiny of the European world. Even our loans were taken principally by Jews. But mercantile enterprises owe a vast debt to the Jew. You need but look at the streets of the principal cities of the world on Jewish holidays, and you will at once see that trade is in mourning. The busy hum is hushed. Everything is languid. The active brain, the quick, nervous decision, the daring yet cautious speculator is absent. Look at Spain and Ireland, and then at England, France, Germany, and the United States. And when it's a Jewish holiday, everything gets quiet. Why? Because they are the principal business people of the world. Isn't that something to admire? You know, what I'm saying to you today is not for you to hate Jewish people. That would be beneath you. Because whatever they did, it was by order of a power bigger than they and bigger than we. God is the author of our suffering, but he used these people to train us up, to burn us in the fire of affliction, in the furnace of affliction, that we could come out as pure gold, to be the standard of value of every nation on our planet. Few more minutes. Today, Jews are 20% of the nation's doctors and lawyers, book publishers. Simon & Schuster, Knopf, and Random House are Jewish. CBS and NBC are Jewish. Half of New York's theatrical producers were Jews, and they exert complete control over the production of movies. Half the opinion-making and taste influential paraphernalia in America is in Jewish hands. Can you deny that? How many members are there of the Supreme Court? How many? Do you agree? Is it 9? Yes, it is 9. But guess what? Of the 9, 2 are Jewish. Stephen G. Breyer, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and if Elena Kagan is elected, of the 9, 33.33% of the Supreme Court will be Jewish. Pat Buchanan, the ADL called him a recidivist anti-Semite. But he's arguing, man, what is this? What about the idea of diversity? See, when Congress got a vote, Congress is so wrapped up and under the thumb of Jewish control and power. You don't even have a congressman that will vote hardly against anything that deals with Israel in a negative way. That's just not going to happen. All right. Well, what about gangsters? Now, you call yourself a gangster. I am a gangster disciple. Yeah, but you're not a good disciple of the real gangsters. Because the real gangsters have taken a world. And we hustling drugs on a corner and killing one another, but we are gangsters? That's punk stuff. Let me show you what gangster is. Watch this. Robert A. Rockaway, senior lecturer at Tel Aviv University in Israel, discusses the era when all types of illicit drugs were dumped almost exclusively in black ghettos. Listen to the quote. After the First World War, Jewish gangsters became major figures in the American underworld and played prominent roles in the creation and extension of organized crime in the United States. During Prohibition, 50% of the leading bootleggers were Jews. And Jewish criminals financed and directed much of the nation's narcotics traffic. Jews also dominated illicit activities in a number of America's largest cities, including Boston, Cleveland, Detroit, Minneapolis, New York, and Philadelphia. Now you're a gangster, but you're a sharecropper. You still on a plantation. See, the hood is a plantation now. Yeah. And you gangbangers are the plantation overlords. You done scared the hell out of everybody on the plantation. Because, you're running things with your guns and you're killing one another and scaring the hell out of others. And, you know, you don't own no ships, so you ain't bringing no drugs in. You don't own any planes, you ain't bringing no drugs in. It just comes into your community because you got a sharecrop. Kill your people and make a profit. Because they done closed down business in the black community, so the only place that a poor person can make some money, well, you can get a job in Mickey D's. But my God, that ain't no money at all. Burger King. But then if you're selling drugs, see, you can have a wad of money in your pocket but don't know what to do with it. See, John Fitzgerald Kennedy's father knew what to do with money. He was a bootlegger. Don't nobody say, his father was a criminal, he was a bootlegger. Oh, they talk about John. Big John, Bobby, Teddy, but everything they got came from criminal activity, but heavy businessman. And he parlayed criminal activity and got a son that was 2 sons as a senator and 1 as a president. That's what you call doing business. But now what did you do with your bootlegging? Crack cocaine, reefer. You know what you did? You got 10, 15 years in prison, and now you just a slave on the white man's plantation in prison. You came from the ghetto plantation, now you in prison plantation. Plus, you fighting each other over territory. We the 4 corner hustlers. Okay, what are the 4 corners? That one over there, that one over here, that one over here. We control this. Hey man, you under a man that controlling the whole world. And you just controlling a few corners? Well, we got to study this white man a little closer, don't you think? Did you know that it would be no exaggeration, this came out of a Jewish publication, to say the greatest wealth and enterprise in South Africa are to be found in the German, Jewish, Hebrew community. That's in South Africa. They run the show. See, Mandela, he's a good man, but he couldn't fulfill any promise that he made to his little brothers that he was going to end this shanty town, build all these houses, put electricity here, because black folk can't do nothing without white help and support. Talk to me. So the white man don't mind making you a politician because he's going to control you. Did I say something wrong? Every black leader that spoke of economic development was charged with being an anti-Semite. Would you like to get the list of all the black people that were called anti-Semitic? You would? Let me read their names off. See if you know any of them. It might be you might know them all. Oh, Lord, I got to find it. I got it here. And when you got so much to say, it's difficult, you know. Brothers in the booth, you all help me if you got it. I'm going to call these names because they're very important for you to know who's the anti-Semite. Okay. Oh, here they are. Here they are. This is a list of respected blacks who have been victimized by being called black anti-Semites, and it spans the religious and political spectrum. We'll start first.